Alright, what's up guys, Toasty here, Get Burnt. Today I'm going to be talking more about Dragon Ball Z Revival of F, also known as Frieza Resurrection, and today I'm going to be talking about the third manga chapter, which released a few days ago, and obviously it's not translated yet, but this chapter itself is more akin to fighting. It's not really mainly based on talking or dialogue, so I thought that without having to get it translated, I think that I could still do a decent review of this chapter. So if you are not wanting to see any spoilers for Revival of F, then make sure to stop watching the video right now, because this does contain parts from the movie. This doesn't include the initial and complete climax, but it does have the part leading up to the climax. So make sure that if you don't want any spoilers on Revival of F, I know it's probably really hard to avoid spoilers even from me, still don't watch the video if you don't want spoilers. But let's get into this really quick. Alright, so on the front cover of the manga chapter, we actually see Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta both standing there, and it looks really awesome. We also have Golden Frieza in the back, and I really think that they do a really amazing art for these manga chapters. I think that it's really done well. The cover is really awesome. I see there's like Yu-Gi-Oh cards and all that other stuff on there, as well as the card for Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta from Dragon Ball Heroes. But yeah, this cover is awesome. I love that it's colored. I love how it's colored. The only thing that I would say I didn't like as much as everything else is the way that Goku and Vegeta are colored, how their inner lines are all blue. But you know, that is awesome. It does add a cool little effect, and I think it's just personal preference on if you like that or not. But yeah, that's just my opinion on the cover. That's just awesome. But then for the first page, we actually get to see continuation from the last chapter, where Jaco is landing on Earth and Frieza thinks that that's Goku and Vegeta when it's actually just Jaco with Bulma. And it's funny because I think that in the movie they're going to actually try and compare it to how Jaco actually in his own manga, when it was posted whenever in Shonen Jump, he actually knows Bulma's sister, and I think that's really awesome. Bulma actually has a blonde sister, and I think that's really cool, and Bulma has some sort of connection to Jaco because of that, and I think that's awesome. So, you know, Jaco being involved in the DBZ movie is really, it caught a lot of people off guard, but I really think that it's awesome. And Jaco is actually a kind of interesting character. A lot of people would see him as just a normal space cop, but you know, he's a cool character in his own right. He's kind of weird and he's kind of funny too. So, you know, I can't wait to see him in action in the movie. And then the next page, we actually get to see all the Frieza soldiers actually attack when Gohan, Krillin, Piccolo, and Roshi are all looking at Jaco and everyone else, and like they send the Frieza soldiers to attack. And then that's when the fight actually starts. Piccolo, Gohan, Roshi, Krillin, they all get ready. Tien's also there, obviously, and Jaco jumps in front as well. And it's funny because when I asked Rhymestyle about this, because, you know, he actually saw the movie in LA, he told me that Jaco himself is not a fighting character. He's not a character that normally fights ever. He's a character that is just a space cop. He's not a fighter. He's just someone who arrests people who do crimes against time or anything along those lines. So yeah, I think that that's really cool and nice dynamic to the character. I was actually expecting him to fight the entire time only because of the trailer when it showed Jaco fighting. So, you know, I think that's cool. And yeah, then we see the entirety of this page, which is just Roshi about to start fighting, and he's actually hitting people with his he has two canes, which he actually only had one, but then he had two, and he starts swinging them around and beating up Frieza soldiers. And I just want to say, man, I really think that it's really awesome that these characters are actually still getting some fighting scenes in and all that stuff. They're not just being shown getting defeated, because, you know, that sort of thing I don't really like a lot. I don't like seeing characters that we've known just get instantly defeated just to sort of hype up the villain or anything along those lines. I think that them killing the Frieza soldiers is a cool way for them to be implemented in the movie. I mean, I know that a lot of people wanted to see Roshi, Gohan, Piccolo, and all of them against Frieza himself in the final battle, but really that would have been too much variables in a fight. I mean, usually 2-on-1 or 1-on-1 is usually better for a Dragon Ball Z fight. There's more detail into the fight because of that. And you know, if there were a whole bunch of people fighting against Frieza, it probably would just end up getting everybody else knocked out and Goku and Vegeta being the only ones left. So yeah, I think it's really awesome that they're actually giving these characters some spotlight. We see Roshi doing a Kamehameha towards the ground, which is really awesome. It kind of reminds me of Goku's meteor combination that he used in Dragon Ball against Piccolo Jr. when he would do a combo on somebody and then he would jump up and then do do a Kamehameha towards the ground. So I think that's really awesome. I don't know if that's supposed to be a throwback or if that's just Roshi Kamehameha-ing the ground. And if it is a reference, then I think that's really awesome. But yeah, also I wanted to just touch on this really quick. I really like the way that Toyotarō actually did the drawing for this. Obviously, his style to a lot of people is not as polished and as great as Akira Toriyama's, but I do think that he did a very great job adapting a Revival of F's, or at least Revival of F's beginning, into a manga. I really think that he did a great job, and I honestly hope that he does continue to make more manga chapters or mangas for the upcoming Dragon Ball Z movies before they come out, because, you know, it's a nice way to get at least some insight on what's happening in the movie before the actual climax, as well as it's just nice art. A lot of people who love manga and love Dragon Ball Z manga really love to see the movies get adapted mostly into manga. So, you know, I think that it's really awesome. And yeah, we also get to see Piccolo also defeating some Frieza soldiers as well. And here I don't see him doing special mechanic. He probably does it on the next page, but yeah, he's doing a sweep attack and all that stuff. And then we see Gohan. So I guess we don't see a special mechanic from Piccolo, even though he does do it in the actual trailer. He didn't do it here, at least I didn't see it. But then we have Gohan, and apparently according to Rhyme, Gohan actually has a really cool role in this movie, or at least he does some cool things in the movie after he gets knocked out, which is what we saw in the trailer. But yes, we see Gohan flying around, and then he blasts people, and he doesn't even do a Kamehameha or anything, which I was kind of surprised how Gohan actually is just using like Ki Blast and all that stuff and not an actual Kamehameha. But you know, that's fine, it's whatever. I mean, Gohan himself has a bigger role later, which we won't see in this chapter, but it will happen later. So, you know, I think that's really awesome anyway, how we're actually going to be getting this Gohan spotlight somewhat anyway. I mean, in Battle of Gods, he was so insignificant. He was usually mainly only used for comedy in Battle of Gods, and then after that, it was just Beerus actually punching him. And then he was, well, not punching, kicking him, and then he was like completely out of commission for the rest of the movie, besides being a spectator, just like everybody else, watching Goku fight Beerus. So, you know, I think that it's really awesome that they're giving him at least some sort of role in this movie, even if it is killing Frieza soldiers. As I said, I think that this is a lot better than just having them used as cannon fodder. But yeah, and then we have Tien fighting, and we haven't seen Tien fight a lot. We saw Tien try to fight Beerus in Battle of Gods, but just like everybody else, he immediately got dealt with by Beerus, and, you know, I'm glad that he's actually doing some things against Frieza soldiers here, showing that Tien is not completely useless anymore. No, he's still kind of useless in scope of how powerful Vegeta and Goku are now, but I mean, he's not so useless that he can't even do anything for himself. He can still fight Frieza soldiers, and I think that's really awesome. And then we get to see Krillin, and yeah, we already know, same thing, I'm gonna say again, I'm glad that we are getting to see Krillin do some things as well. A lot of people were wondering about Krillin when he was shown to be a cop, was like his first time being shown for the movie, really, and as well as him being bald again. A lot of people were wondering what's happening with him, and really it doesn't seem like the cop thing has really affected his personality at all. It seems like the cop thing is just his job, and it's not really anything that's affected him at all. It's just he's normal. He still fights, so I guess that it's cool. I guess there's nothing really changed about Krillin due to his job, so yeah, that's really whatever. And we see him do a Destructo Disc, and he actually misses the Frieza soldiers. It goes upward, and yeah, and then we see Jaco, and Jaco is kind of fighting. He's defending against the Frieza soldiers. Then he uses his gun. And he starts doing some really cool dance moves, and then he pops a pose, and everybody's just staring at him, wondering what's happening. And yeah, so then we just see a whole bunch more pictures of Krillin, Roshi, Piccolo, and Tien, and Jaco all fighting the Frieza soldiers, which, you know, is still cool. We see Frieza and Sorbet actually watching the fight, and obviously at this point, as we all already know, because if you actually did read the previous chapters, Tagoma is dead. Frieza killed Tagoma, so, you know, that's why he's not here. We only see Sorbet and Frieza now, and Sorbet actually has somewhat of an important role in the movie in terms of Frieza, and I guess you could say as a whole. But then we see Gohan go Super Saiyan, which a lot of people were asking about that, and according to Rhyme, he actually, since he didn't train for so long, and he's now completely normal, technically, he doesn't really train or fight that much anymore. Now he's apparently just someone who he can't even go Ultimate anymore. He can't go Mystic. He actually now can try to do Super Saiyan, which he does do, obviously, but apparently he didn't think that he was up to the role of doing Mystic or something along those lines. I haven't seen the movie yet. I only have all my information about the movie itself from Rhyme, so yeah, that's just from Rhyme. But yes, we see him fighting Frieza soldiers still. Frieza's just watching, and then it's the little fish. I don't even know if you want to call it a fish, but we go back to Whis and Goku and Vegeta all training, and then the little fish thing in a bowl that actually told Beerus and Whis where to go in Battle of Gods, to how to get to Earth and all that stuff. He comes and I guess tells them that Frieza is wreaking havoc on Earth, has an army, and he's doing some really crazy stuff. And then Goku and Vegeta hold hands, yeah, funnily enough, and then they instant transmission to Earth to actually go and confront Frieza. And then after that, Frieza and Vegeta and Goku have some talk. Obviously, this is like the only real part of the entire thing that actually is pretty much dialogue. Here, I'm just assuming that Frieza is saying that he's gotten a lot stronger, something along those lines, and Vegeta and Goku are taking it as a kind of a joke because, you know, obviously they wouldn't expect Frieza to get to their level so quickly or anything like that. So, I mean, I guess that's what they're saying. And yeah, and then Frieza becomes his normal final form, and then Vegeta and Goku are sitting there, and Vegeta, I'm guessing, is like wondering about Frieza's power. Maybe he senses the high level of power that's coming out of Frieza. Goku charges up and prepares for battle, and now Frieza and Goku start to fight. And this is really awesome. It actually redoes or redos the actual clash that was in the trailer for Revival of F, the first one, I believe, and I think it's really awesome, the clash between Goku and Frieza. I really like that actual part, like the picture, and I think that's really awesome. So yes, we get to see more pictures of Goku and Frieza actually fighting. They seem somewhat evenly matched, but here, obviously, it's hard to really tell because it's a manga, but in the movie, I don't know if Frieza starts to instantly get dominated by Goku or not, but it does seem like Frieza does get punched in the face when it seems like Goku hasn't taken any actual hits. So I don't think it's that evenly sided, but you know, it's cool. And then we get to see Goku punch Frieza straight in the face. Frieza goes downward, and then Frieza actually throws a lot of blasts at Goku, and Goku is like shrouded in a big cloud. And if you've seen the recent trailer, which I will talk about in a different video, it wasn't really a trailer, but it was 4 minutes of the movie. Frieza threw a bunch of ki blasts at Goku, and he was just defending against all of them, smacking all of them away, and it created a cloud. And then after that, Frieza sees that Goku actually is not there anymore. And obviously in the actual movie trailer thing, it wasn't the exact same scene. It was actually a different scene, but here we actually get to see Goku after the cloud of smoke has gone away. Goku actually does go under Frieza, aka instant transmission. He instant transmissioned down to the rock right behind Frieza, and he's charging a Kamehameha, and he actually launches the Kamehameha straight at Frieza. And obviously, this seems like it would destroy Frieza, but it does not. Frieza is still standing, and he's just very scratched up. And I guess at this point, Goku is wondering, what's happening? Why are you still here? Like, I guess he's just thinking, why are you so powerful now? Why are you able to take a Kamehameha from me at this magnitude, at this power rate? And then Frieza laughs, and Frieza starts talking to him. I'm assuming that he's starting to say, oh yeah, now I have a transformation. And then he raises his hands out, and as we saw in the, I think it was fourth trailer of the movie, he actually raises his hands out before he starts to transform, and that is the end of the chapter. So now that is the end of the manga for Revival of F. I know that a lot of you are probably saying, oh man, where's the rest? Well, I don't think that they're going to be doing any more of this. I think that now it's like, go watch the movie and you will see the full story and everything like that. Maybe they'll make a manga for the rest of it after the movie releases. I mean, technically it's already released in Japan, but you know, I don't know. Maybe they will make more, but if they don't, then I'm honestly satisfied because, you know, they did give us a really good manga, honestly, in my personal opinion. I really enjoyed it, and I really think that this is an awesome manga. Hopefully they do this from now on for other Dragon Ball Z movies, because I really enjoyed it. So tell me what you guys thought about the manga. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What did you think about the manga's art style? What do you think about Toyotarō? Do you think he does a good job putting adapting Dragon Ball Z from Akira Toriyama into his own style? And if so, tell me why in the comment section down below. Personally, my personal opinion, I can't really give this a number score because, like, you know, it's a manga, but I would say 9 out of 10, only because, you know, it didn't kind of finish the entire thing, and obviously some parts were not as needed to be detailed as much as they were, but you know, that's it, that's all. And that by that I mean like some scenes that were kind of insignificant were dragged on a little bit too long, but that's really it. I don't have any major complaints about the chapters themselves, but yes, tell me what you guys think about it in the comment section down below. I'd really like to see what you think about the chapters of Revival of F. That has been it for this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like down below, as well as subscribe, and tell me what you think about the Revival of F chapters. Do you like it? And if you do, tell me why. And yep, that's it for this video, guys. I will see you guys later with more Dragon Ball Z Revival of F, Dragon Ball Xenoverse, Dragon Ball Z, anything. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.